we'll go over the Kreg pocket hole jig. So this is gonna just allow us to screw two pieces together with our screws going in at an angle. So like you would toenail things together, you pocket screw things together. The one we have a box is a kit, which is this. There's different sizes of kits and with more or less stuff in them. So with this one, I made this table. So I've got the clamp in here. This is the bushings for drilling. So we're going to use a drill that pretty much has a flat bottom and then a point. So there's a mark on here if I want to use 3/4 inch material. Right now this is set more at 5/8, which is right here. So I'm looking for the shoulder on the bit and then changing the depth stop. So I need to move this up so I can come down to the 3/4 inch mark. So basically the collar is against this and here's the little marks for how thick your material is. If you're doing like screwing something thinner to something thicker, it gets a little more difficult. I would definitely refer to the book. If you're doing 1.5 inch material, you have to add a spacer block in here that brings this up. So it would depend a little bit on how long your screws are, but what we have is 1.25 inch screws. You can always buy Kreg screws at Home Depot or Lowe's. These are coarse threads, which are good for plywood. If I was doing solid wood, I would want to go over to fine threads. All right, so I'm going to set this up. So if this isn't grabbing correctly, I can set the depth of this a little bit, but that seemed like it held it pretty tight. Okay, so I'm just going to choose to use this middle bushing. It doesn't matter that much. If you're doing a narrow face frame, you might want to use these two, but really doesn't matter which one you choose. So there's my pocket hole. The spacing's about the same as it was with the plate joinder. So say 6 inches apart on your drillings. So you can see one thing that's sort of a disadvantage to using the pocket screws is they're ugly, right? So I would, if I was using this, I would try to use it, like make this be the bottom of my cabinet, or if it was the top of my cabinet where I'm not gonna, you know, see very easily inside my cabinet. But if I had something where they were more visible, I would go over to using the plate joints. So the screwdriver is a long driver that's got a square drive tip on it. So there's our corner. So you can see that's a pretty quick way to put it together. There is a Kreg clamp you can get that grabs in here and clamps to this side. So that's what I thought I was going for with this, but this one isn't set up the same. But that would have helped me get that corner together quicker.